Okay, so I'm gonna start by doing my eyebrows. I always start with my eyebrows. I know there's been like a weird debate on Twitter lately, like eyebrows first or foundation first. You know, I like to do my eyebrows first personally because that's the way I was taught to do it, but it's true. If you do them after foundation, they're more likely to transfer, but they'll also be lighter, and a lot of people like that like smooth, light transition. So what I'm doing here is I'm following my natural brow and I'm just filling it in. I gave myself a slight arch. I do want to make an extensive eyebrow tutorial at some point, but right now I'm just going to show you like what I actually do to follow through with the pomade, and then I use a pencil on the like front tips of my brows because of that like nice transition brow that people like to do. Like I really like that. I don't know why I like it, but I really like the gradient eyebrow. So I use a pencil in the front of my eyebrow towards the center of my forehead, and as I go out I use the pomade to get darker. So then you go ahead and you clean up with concealer. I'm using LA Girl Pro Conceal and Warm Honey. And I like to go lighter on the bottom and like the color of my foundation on the top, and I just clean up the brow, make it more like defined, you know. So as you can see, I am tracing along my brow and I'm like kind of cutting it, like making it more defined by using the concealer. You may also notice that I'm dragging the concealer down over the entire lid. Having that extra concealer and like bringing it down primes your eye so that the eyeshadow will look more pigmented. And I'm also taking a fluffy brush and like blending that into my crease. This might be helpful, and then I'll do the other side. So as you're cleaning your brow, you want to make sure that you are not getting any of the concealer in your actual eyebrow because it's really difficult to clean up, and you're trying to go for that defined, crisp look. As you start to blend, make sure you pull the concealer down and then blend it out. Otherwise, you might get extra concealer in your brow. Next, I lay my brows with Brow Art's Clear Eyebrow Gel. So now I'm going to be doing something a little more problematic maybe. I'm using foundation to cut the top of my eyebrow, and I'm using Cappuccino from Maybelline's Fit Me foundation. Do the same thing you did at the bottom, like outline the brow and makes it more defined, makes it more neat because you can clean up any mistakes that you've made or anything like that. And I am using a concealer brush right now, by the way. It's flat. Concealer brushes tend to be more flat. So I went ahead and did my other eyebrow. As you can see, I'm like following all the way through, and I'm trying to make that like pointed end at the end, and then blending the extra foundation up into my forehead with the fluffy brush that I have, and just cleaning it up and making it nice and neat. Next, I prime my eyelids with NYX's like white primer. It's like actually like white, right? And I just pack that onto my lid as much as possible. I do multiple layers, and then I blend it in with a beauty blender just to prime my eye and allow the pigment to really show when I put on my like purple eyeshadow later on in the video. I make sure I really pack this on because it will give me the pigment I want. I am black, so you know we have to try a little harder. After I pat down multiple layers of this, I'm gonna like press it into my skin using a beauty blender, or you can use just like a flat brush just to make it like set and make it more consistent and blend it all together. Using NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette right now, and I'm gonna be using this color. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to press that like fuchsia type color into the setting, like the primer, instead of like doing the sweeping motion because I'm not blending, right? I'm like packing on color right now so it can be pigmented. And then later on, I'll blend it up into my brow bone. And then I go like this to get excess powder off, and then I am using this as like my lighter color. And I'm gonna blend with a little bit. Further up top. As I work my way to the brow bone. And I'm gonna just do like a sweeping kind of thing, you know? And then I want to do like a little bit of yellow at the top, just because I see people do that a lot and I think it's really pretty. So I'm gonna do a little yellow. Alright, so we're back, and again I'm using that pink to blend the yellow and that purplish color I used earlier. So it's looking kind of orangey, which I'm 100% okay with. Yeah, and so I'm gonna use that same brush that I used earlier for the yellow, and I'm gonna dip it into this purple right here. Like so. And then I'm gonna kind of pat that in too. Oh wait, before I do that though, I'm gonna use another palette to kind of make that transition smoother. So this is Juvia's Place, the Masquerade. I use this, and I'm gonna use Zobo. It's like this really nice purple color, like right here. I'm gonna use that color, and I'm gonna kind of pat that in there a little bit. It's slightly darker than the color I was using previously. And I'm gonna just go in like that halo shape I was making earlier. And like go in like a sweeping back and forth motion. Actually, I'm gonna use this, I think it's called a stippling brush. This is Morphe M321, M321. So what I'm doing here is I'm blending that darker crease color into my transition color using both the original brush that I used with the transition color and the smaller brush with the darker color. A technique I use to get my blending just right is to take the darker color and blend it up into the transition color. And then you do that sweeping motion that you can see me doing a lot of the time, that like repetitive sweeping motion. And then what I do is pack on more of the darker color. As you can see, this part is kind of boring. Pretty much what you're going to be doing is blending the darker color into the transition color a lot, but it's so you can make sure you don't have like an abrupt contrast. Okay, so I just put a couple more layers of that purple on top of the color I had from the NYX, and then I just do that back and forth, and I kind of pull up a little bit like above this crease, because what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be cutting this crease, but not all the way. Benefit Cosmetics, like nude pink matte radiance highlighter. Like what? Like I don't know what this was supposed to be for, but like I've never heard of a matte highlighter in my life. I honestly don't know what this is for. I feel like it might be for lighter customers, because I just can't come up with like a reason why I would need to use this ever in my life. Like I've rubbed it into my, like I swatched it on my hand and it made me look like I was ashy. So I was like, I will not be putting this on my face, especially not as a highlighter. So what you're gonna do is kind of go like that and then look up, and then wherever it ends is where you should cut the crease. So it's pretty high up, as you can see, and I just drag that down, and then I always start in the middle. I don't really know why. And then I pull my eye. I know you're not supposed to. I know it's not good for you. It can cause wrinkles, but I pull my eye and I just start cutting it. So as you cut the crease, it's best to decide what sort of lid shape you want ahead of time, so then you can just carve out whatever shape you want. What I like about this highlighter is that it is very wet, so it takes pigment very well, but you have to like press it down, and it also dries quickly, so that's something you have to move quick. But I'm actually going to be cleaning this off. So I'm going to be using makeup remover because it takes pigment a little too well sometimes, and then it can start to turn a lavender color, and I want it to be that white color. So here I'm just cleaning off all the product that I cut in my crease, so then I can like start afresh with a new layer of the matte pink highlighter, and it'll actually be that like nice light matte pink that I want. Definitely always have a makeup wipe handy because you never know when you're gonna need it. So now that I've cleaned up my eye, I'm gonna layer on the matte pink highlighter again and just add multiple layers of that, where I like use a concealer brush to like smooth it on, and then I'm gonna press it into my eye using like a flat eyeshadow brush. So right here you can see me repeating that motion. I do kind of pull my eye a little bit. I know you're not supposed to, but it's so I can have like that nice neat cut crease. And also I feel like it's a little more difficult because my eye is kind of chubby. So what I do is I just pull it and then I pat that like color down, that matte color. This product is also very buildable. Normally I would cut my crease with concealer, but honestly I just needed something to do with this highlighter, and it turned out to be good for cut creases. I'm actually going to take another flat brush and I'm going to smooth this like lavender color right here. So to make my gradient, I'm going to be using lavender, and then I'm going to use the transition color that I used at the beginning, and then I'm going to be blending that into the darkest color that I've used on my crease. My goal for this look was to not have such like an abrupt ending. I wanted the transition to be smooth from like dark to light, which is why I'm taking like my darkest crease color, then my transition color, then doing the lavender, and then later on I'll be highlighting on the corner inner piece as well. And then once I get to the end, I'm gonna highlight, use this really like light color right here on the Juvia's Place, and I just take a tiny brush like this, like a lip brush I believe, and then I just do like that, follow the shape of my eye pretty much, so do that inner corner highlight, make it pop, and then I'm gonna highlight with the Wet n Wild at the top right here. Alright, so now that I've highlighted, I'm taking the Diamond Crush product that I ordered from Lime Crime, and I'm going to use what looks like a concealer brush but is actually a clean paintbrush, and I'm going to dip that onto the wand and then spread it over my lid. Okay, so now I'm going to clean with concealer. Okay, so the cleaning with concealer, I cut it, and I cut it at an angle so that it looks like my eye is going up. You see how it's a diagonal shape right there? And then I follow through as if I were going to do my foundation. And then I don't like that sharp contrast between the concealer and the eyeshadow. So what I do is I blend the eyeshadow into the concealer ever so lightly, but I don't blend all the way down because that defeats the purpose, right? Okay, so now that I've cleaned my eyeshadow up a bit, I'm going to take a small stippled brush and I'm going to smooth some of that darker color that I used on my crease onto the bottom of my lash line. But I'm going to do some mascara, you know. So I'm getting both the top and the bottom of my lashes on both the upper part of my eye and the lower part of my eye. I have a real cute mascara face, as you can see. Now that I close that, you can see it again. Oh, it's also very wet, so you have to wait for it to dry when you use this product, if you decide to use this product. Yeah. So I went ahead and did my other eye off camera, but the same concept and idea. So thank you so much again. This is actually the ending this time. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this tutorial, because I'll be doing more of them. And sorry I was so dry. I'm just trying to figure out how to record myself right now, for real. And I will work on learning how to apply lashes so I can teach you guys how to apply lashes. So thank you, and have a good night.